Joining us to talk TV stands and mounts and everything else, we've got David Godfrey. Hello, David.
Hey, Phil. Nice to see you.
Great to see you. And we also have Simon West. Hello, Simon.
Hi there.
Right, gentlemen. To avoid some confusion here, you're both from a company called AVF. AVForums is called AVF by its followers. We are completely different companies here. So it's avfgroup.com is your website /UK. If you want to find out about AVF, go and have a look at their website now. Find out what they're all about and all the products. We're going to ask the guys some questions. We're going to ask them all about their company, but just to avoid any confusion, it's not AVForums we're talking about when we say AVF in this section of the podcast. Right, gentlemen. So one of you, I suppose, tell us all about AVF and what it is that you do and what you guys do.
Well, we've to start with, just to find out who came first with the AVF bit. So 1977, AVF started.
So, right, so we're the interlopers then. Fine,
yeah,
not a problem.
Yeah.
Cool with that.
So we're a UK company. We started in 1977, so we're nearly 45 years old. Always been in the Midlands, our UK head office, although we are global now. I've been for a few years. And we're now in Shropshire. So we moved from Wolverhampton in the early 90s. And we've been here ever since, done a bit of manufacturing over the years, but we've always designed here in the UK. And we originally did TV wall mounts. That was our sort of entry into the market with the AV bit and speaker mounts. But we now do furniture of all sorts. So we do TV stands, shelving, and all different products for the AV user, for the front room, and also do commercial products too.
So from the AV side, wall mounting and so on, it wasn't a thing back in the days of CRT for obvious reasons. So when did you start to do the wall mounting side of the business?
Straight away. We were the pioneers in the UK of the CRT wall mount. So
okay.
You'll still see them up today. You'll go in an old pub and it's got an old, well, it'll have a flat TV, but it will be on an old arm that comes out of the wall with a platform that swivels. And there's a good chance that'll have AVF written on it. Because we've been doing, so there's over 25 million mounts have been sold now by us over the years in the UK alone. So there's an awful lot of products. So we pioneered the CRT mount, and back then it was more of a niche thing because the TVs weren't naturally designed to go on the wall, so it was a huge piece of kit that we had to create to get it up there. But then with the advent of what was originally the plasma TV, it changed everything, and the TVs came with the ability to be mounted actually built into the TV, and then we just switched to making the bracketry to get it on the wall.
I mean, what side of the business is the most popular then when it comes to what people do with their TVs? Because I'd imagine these days with media walls and that kind of thing, I think wall mounting is probably the favourite. But is it? I mean, do people still buy lots of TV stands to stand their OLEDs and LCD TVs?
Yeah, the TV stand still remains really popular in the UK. And obviously wall mounting's changed everything now. It used to be, just 10-15% of TVs that go on the wall, but now it's a much bigger percentage. But people do want TV stands still for numerous reasons. One being that they want the right viewing height for their TV. So putting a TV on the wall, just take it up high. Whereas a lot of people, they want the TV when they're sat down on a sofa to be at eye level, and the TV stand is, an easier way of achieving that. And then the other big thing is all the storage that you get with a TV stand. People still have components and want to put a speaker there. Once you put it on the wall, you've then got to organize the managing of the cables and where are you going to put your other equipment. And so that leads a lot of people to still want the TV stand.
And what about screen sizes then? You see a lot larger market than obviously AVForums. We tend to mid to high end big screen sizes, but that's not necessarily what the average consumer is buying out there. So what kind of screen sizes are you looking at, and what are your most favorite products to go with those?
So sorry, the sweet spot for the last few years has been the 55-inch TV. But the fastest growing area at the moment in volume has been the 65-inch and above. So, and we have products to fit all of those across both our TV mounts and our TV stands. When it comes to the TV mounts, we do products that go up to 100 inches. So we cater for the supersized TVs, whether that's a consumer product or more moving into the commercial market. And then on the TV stand size, we do cater for those larger TVs to go up to the 90, 100-inch TV. So we've got 2-meter wide TV stands, which allows them to hold those larger TVs. But we do cater for all TV sizes down to the smaller TVs out there. But the volumes have really dropped out. Once you get below 32-inch, a lot of the volume then has dropped away as retailers have stopped selling those smaller size TVs.
So what are your most popular products then? So people are maybe looking at your website now just to find out who you are, maybe point them in the direction of some of your more popular items then.
So on the TV mount side, two of our more popular products is what we call, all of our ranges come with family names. So under TV mounts, when they go on the website, if they hit Prestige, they'll see some of our larger TV mount products are multi-position products, so products that extend, swivel and tilt out from the wall, and tilt and turn products. They go up to 100-inch TVs. But what makes two of these newest products really unique is the fact that we put the back plates to accommodate the different types of walls they might have in their house. So we include inside the box a dual stud plate and a single stud plate. So a single stud is obviously a smaller plate size that if you're wanting to get closer into the corner of the wall and have your TV in that corner position, then it allows you to do that. Whereas if you go for the more traditional dual stud plate, then that allows you obviously to screw into 4 points or more across a wider plate. And some people feel more comfortable with that, Phil, because not everyone feels comfortable putting a 70, 80-inch TV on the wall on just a single stud wall plate. So, but what makes AVF unique is that we add both of those plates into the box, giving the customer or the installer the choice to obviously use that product. On the TV stand side, well, we've got numerous ranges. I mean, we have as anyone will see when they go on the AVF website, we've got lots of different categories. We cater for everyone from the AV enthusiast. We've got a range of products called under the Tech Life family range. We've got a range of what we call combi products. These are pedestal freestanding TV stands, but actually have the bracket at the top of them. So it looks like they attach to the wall, but it's a floating product sitting on a stand. And they're very popular in apartments, in smaller room environments where people want to have a slightly different look. We've got a number of categories, number of families under that, Hoxton, Lucerne, Lugano, etc., that do very well. We've got a range called Affinity that have been within our business for the last 10 years and our most successful range, which you'd find in retailers across the UK market, CE specialists, etc. And that's called Affinity. And that comes with a full range of different types of products, to flat to wall to corner TV stands, and they've been very popular over the years and continue to be.
I've got to say, it's one of these items, and I don't know if the other guys want to jump in here. I know Ed's done lots of stands, obviously hi-fi that, and you got to put your equipment on something. You got a large stand there. I've actually got one for it. I've got one of your AVF ones behind me here, so that's I think it's a Breathe. Is that what it's called? That one?
Yes.
I think so. Yes. So that's been ideal for reviewing and so on. The number of TVs that I get in and out, and the reason we went for that one was the width. It's one of these problems that people don't realize a problem until they go and buy a TV, and then find out that the feet stand are at either end of the panel, and it's a 65-inch TV that they've bought, and suddenly they're really struggling to find something wide enough to put that on. So is that something that feeds in to yourselves?
Yeah, we were aware of this problem many years ago. Whether it's the legs that stretch out to the furthest point on a number of the TV brands that are out there. We've got a number of pedestal desktop TV stands. So for those customers who've got our furniture or want to buy our furniture, but the TV legs are still too far and wide, we've got solutions for that. We've got legs that they can purchase which are height adjustable. Some of them come with some tilt, but it allows you to obviously place that larger TV still on the furniture that you get from AVF, and raise the height of it. So if we need to fit a soundbar or another piece of equipment underneath it, which might have a height larger than the depth of the TV will allow between the bottom of the TV and the furniture, we've got a number of those solutions. And one of our more recent products, again, a unique product, is called the QB600S, which you can look up on the AVF website. And this pedestal is probably the one that caters for the largest TVs out in the market. This goes up to around 100 inches as far as TVs, and does allow you to have height adjust on that as well. So that really is a great solution for those customers who do have those legs that extend too wide.
Yeah, it looks great on the TV, when the designers are designing the TVs and stuff, and the latest Sony looks really, really nice, but you have to have the width on, and it's just one of these problems. And again, some of these TVs are designed not to be wall mounted. You can wall mount them, they've all got Visa on the back, but some of them are designed, I've got the latest Sony, you can't see it here, but it's sitting down on the floor, and it's a monolith design. It's designed to sit really flat, and the stand goes back from it, and that's where the weight is to stop the screen falling over. You have to put that on a stand. You can't, it's designed to look like that. So Ed, did you want to come in at this point? Have you got any questions for the guys regarding stands? Or
the one that ironically, from a perspective that I have had one television for several years and it lives on a wall, but something that is becoming increasingly, say frustrating is the wrong word, but it's a phenomenon. Equipment always used to be 430 millimeters wide. So if you'd have a 1 unit wide rack or a 2 unit wide one, you knew how many devices were going to fit in a given set of shelving. Have you had to obviously you've been talking about this in the context of building furniture with a view to it having the correct width for televisions. Is there any movement in the fact that these days, if I have a given collection of audio / AV equipment in for testing at any given time, it's all manner of shapes and sizes. Quite often it's got narrower, but it has got deeper at the same time. Is that something that you're aiming off for as well?
Yeah, and it's something that we have to compromise and have to. You get sort of juxtaposed positions with this because the TVs have all got thinner, which means people have now got the ability to. They don't want to have as much depth with the TV in the stand, but some of the units that go inside, like you say, have become deeper. So we strike that balance, and really, it's about offering the different options through our ranging, which is something we've done. And that product you've got behind you there, that Breathe, has 3 height settings and 4 color settings. And that's ultimately what we have to do. So we'll provide the TV stand it'll be different depths. So we'll offer a 400 deep and a 450 deep and even a 350 deep stand. And then in terms of width, yeah, it is, things have got, they're getting smaller and smaller, and but people still do have old legacy products that they want to get in. So we have to, you can't keep everybody happy. So we have to have the different choices.
No, 2-channel in particular has gone bonkers. So we have lots of people buying turntables, which are by and large still 430 millimeters wide. But amplifiers, I've just done a group test of affordable amplifiers. Only 2 of them are 430 millimeters wide. And the smallest amplifier could have fitted 4 times inside the chassis of the largest amplifier in the test. So, I don't envy you guys having to try and work out what the best fit for this sort of plethora of forms and actually winds up being.
What I would say, Ed, is we do have actually these type of customer calls come through to us. We'll have someone specifically say, look, I'm looking at buying this AVF product, but I can't quite see enough information to tell me that it's going to fit all of my equipment. We do have all the spec and CAD drawings and all of this. So when people can give us dimensions of their particular equipment, then we can point them in the direction of one of our products. And I think one of our USPs is, as Simon just said, is it's our breadth and width of TV stands. Yes, there are other brands out there, but not that cover the amount of sizes, widths, depths, heights of shelves, etc. So in general, I would say, although we can never guarantee that we can cover everything out there, we can generally point people in the right direction with one of our products and one of our families.
That's ideal from my perspective, because as I say, there's some bonkers form factors hitting the market, and not simply at expensive price points. There's some really
and we get those kind of calls come through, and that's where AVF's customer service that really kind of stands out, and it can offer that kind of expert advice and help people with those type of decisions, because it's not, depending on which product you're going up to, AVF TV stands, they'll cover all price ranges down at the lower end, so sub £100 to anywhere up to £1,000, £1,500, and anywhere in between, and that will come. They'll all come with different features and spec designs, etc. So depending on what you want from us, there's probably something out there that you can fall in love with.
What's the strangest request you've ever had? And I'm obviously still talking about AVF with you.
I might have to ask Simon. He's probably taken more of the bizarrer ones than I have.
We get people who want to put two products together and are asking us if there's any way of having a stand on a stand, which was a pretty odd one that we hadn't seen coming. So two big pieces of furniture, but they wanted to get it up high, so they wanted to bolt them together, and could we assist them with that, which was a bit odd. But like I said, we've got the engineers and the designers in Shropshire, so they will, if they have to, they will try and help the consumer, and they will sometimes actually make something for them. So we get a lot of requests, but I'm probably not the right person to ask that.
Yeah, I mean, you switch any TV channel on nowadays as well. A lot of interior programs now, a lot of design, especially with having lockdown and all the rest. That people are looking inwards now. They're not moving house. They're maybe looking at what they can do with their property. So, have you been watching that market? Is that something that you always keep an eye on? Are you open to architects coming to you with ideas for designs for stands or mounts, or how to fit various bits of equipment in rooms?
Yeah, absolutely. And we do get approached, and we welcome input from designers and end users. And really, because we are a UK company, we're creating for the UK, even though we're global. We start in the UK with our design, so we appreciate the input when it comes in, and we will adapt products, and we will. Our direction it's not always going to be our idea. It can come from the marketplace. So we encourage that.
Absolutely, and we our business traditionally came from the retail end of the market, but the whole channel has changed greatly in recent years, and we're seeing so much more demand from the home residential channels and from the B2B side, where we've got anything from traditionally it might have been the TV aerial installer who that was putting up our mounts and stuff. Now it's anything far between as an electrician who have now migrated over to this market, to architects from speccing out particular B2B jobs. So we do find ourselves now in other channels, and as I sort of outside of AVF, we've got a sub brand called Multi Brackets. We're the exclusive distributor for a Swedish brand called Multi Brackets, which has some very niche products which people might be interested. You'll find a link to Multi Brackets on the AVF website, and that will show you some really niche products out there. Like, for example, TV wall mounts that go out to 40-inch reach, so that people can get a full 90-degree turn off of an extra large TV if they're wanting to swivel it out to the garden, or have it in an L-shaped room, or move it from the dining room into the living room and stuff. So outside of what I would call the traditional standard multi-position tilt and fixed mounts, under the multi-brackets, you'll see lots of different styles of products, pull-down mounts, gas arm products, lots of variation. So again, if you're wanting something a bit weird and wonderful and a bit different, I'd have a look at some of the multi-brackets products as well, because there's some exceptional designs within that range of products.
Okay, well, I'd love to continue talking for hours on end, because it is an interesting subject, but we do need to wrap it up a little bit. But final question for you guys on the products that you make and so on. Why should our audience be interested in the AVF group? What is it that you offer our end users that you think will fit their needs, and why they should look at you and not your competitor?
Well, there's a few things, and I'll just throw a couple, and then David can add some on top. But it's the fact that we're from the UK, designing products for the UK with all the support thereafter. So, like I say, we hope we don't get calls, because we put everything in the box so the consumer can, the end user can get it right. But we're there to help, and it's done in the UK. And I think that extra service that comes from that, from being a UK company, the UK designers, makes a massive difference.
Yeah, I'd say on top of that, we've got world-class customer service and operations running out of our Telford facility. We've got drop ship deliveries that for a number of our customers, we do next day. If we receive those orders before 1 o'clock on the day, you can have them the next day, and that's TV stands as well. And a customer service to back that up, that's obviously local. And I think that makes a big difference when you do come up against installation problems, particularly with mounting products, etc. So those two areas would also stand out. And we've got some real great, unique products. Have a look on the AVF website, but there are some families and designs out there that you wouldn't have seen from anywhere else. But there is a true lean towards being a UK company. We do cater for this market. So yeah, have a look through the website. Well,
guys, you're welcome to stay along for the rest of the podcast, where we'll move on to AV news and so on. But for now, thank you very much for telling us all about AVF. It's been really interesting. So thank you, Simon, and thank you, David.